Hi guys, I want to show you the Formula One Lego MOC build that we put together this year. I've got myself and my mate here who put it together.
G'day.
So just a bit of info on the actual build. It's made on 8 48 by 48 base plates. The whole thing is sort of modular, so it can easily be pulled apart and put back together for transporting around. We estimate about 25,000 pieces. It's probably more. And we've got all 20 cars from the current Formula One season that are meant to be represented. So for the rest of this video, we will show you some of the techniques or the stages that we went through putting this together, and show you some of the stories that we've hidden in the build. Alright, so looking at the cars, in last place we have a Williams, a McLaren, an Alfa Romeo, a Haas, we have a crashed Williams, another McLaren, another Alfa Romeo, we have a Red Bull, a Ferrari, we have an Alpine, in the lead we have an Aston Martin, we've got a couple crashed here, and we have another crashed here. We'll talk about that more soon. And another Alpine in the pits with a Mercedes, an Aston Martin, an AlphaTauri, and a Ferrari. Okay, so some of the stories that are going on. So we have the tortoise and the hare, with the tortoise about to cross the finish line, followed by someone who's cleaning up the poop. And we come further down the straight. So this accident here is actually with reference to Silverstone this year, when the Williams went into the wall. There was a bigger crash though, which if we come down, we're going to reveal down here. We'll skip that one. It's this one right here. So we had the Alfa Romeo go upside down straight across the sand trap and over the barrier and into the gap between the crowd. So that is an Alfa Romeo upside down. And it looks like there's a crash test dummy that was there that has fallen out of the car. This accident here is referenced to an earlier accident when a Red Bull went on top of a Mercedes, and it was pretty dangerous because the wheel went very close to the driver's head, as you can see. Let's come across. We have our race leader at the moment is Kermit, being chased by Miss Piggy. We come further down the straight. We've got some marshals. We have, oh, hang on. We've got Gonzo in the tree. Why is he in the tree? Oh, he's looking for his chicken. He's trying to get his chicken. Coming further down to the pits, we've got Dr. Bunsen Honeydew is working on the fuel formula, the octane fuel. We have, then we have Ferrari and their chief mechanic, Beaker. He's had a bit of an incident. We've got a bit of chaos in the Ferrari pit, and he's doing his best to fix it. But if we come up to the team wall, there's the Ferrari team wall, and their chief engineer doesn't seem to quite know what's going on. Not quite sure there's a problem that's going on in the background. That's a bit of a play this year that Ferrari haven't always got their decisions right. Got the king and the queen that are here to see the race, and this is the Aston Martin pit crew, team crew, but there's a skunk, so everyone's had to run away, and we have animal control coming in to try and clear the skunk out for us. We've got a drone, and someone is hanging from it stealing the trophy, and if we look in the background, there's a boy who's controlling this. And next in this part of the build was purely accidental. We put a little girl up here with her ice cream, and it happened to fall off into the Aston Martin crew. So that was a bit of fun, and something that become part of the build and completely accidental. Got lots of people in the crowd. Crutches boy coming down the stairs, doesn't seem too safe. And we've got Naughty Daddy here with the baby, who's enjoying the race, but maybe not being as safe as he should be. And Mum's not too happy, you see. She's a bit upset about what's going on there. And lots of other little things going on in the crowd. So a couple of stories I missed first time round. So we've got our safety car here and he's stuck. He can't get out because the dogs are on patrol. And there's the pig there that thinks that it's a dog getting in the way. So the safety car can't come out. But it's okay because we've got a member of the crowd who's come in to help. And here's our safety car up front. He's helping keep the everything under control. And the other thing, Matt, why did this accident happen anyway? Well, I think we might have got some visitors on the track and they're running around and maybe not doing what they should be doing, and the policeman's trying to capture them and stop that problem from happening. A couple other things. We've got Statler and Waldorf. They're a race commentary team, I'm sure giving us a nice positive view of what's going on in the race. I forgot, our main sponsor is Alanol. We've got Alanol signage all around the track. There and there. I've got it up here as well. And the marshals, where's the marshals? There's one. They're all wearing their Octan shirts. So Octan looks like they're the chief sponsors for the race in terms of our marshals. There's one waving the flag for when the race finishes. Oh, we nearly had an accident. And another one there. All right, so that's the whole build. So next I want to sort of show you some photos of the journey, how we got to this point from all the way back to April now up until now, and maybe show you some of the building techniques that we used along the way. So April 2022, we first started working on the main road and then into the sand trap. We decided to lay our brick sideways for the main road, and for the sand trap it was originally a cavity that would be filled with 1x1 round plates. We ended up changing that to cheese slopes, as you can see. So moving into June, we kept working on the main road, extending in, adding the finish line and some locations for the car for when they start the race, and then starting working through into pit lane. Once pit lane was done, we could start working on our stadium and the area where the marshals and engineers would hang out in the centre of the track. Started bringing in some sponsorship with Alanol and some boundary fences. We had a little bit of work on cars at this point, but as far as cars go, the main work, or the bulk of the work, didn't start until September. The cars are actually designed off the 8-stud wide Ferrari Formula 1 car with some modifications. We went through several different designs before we came up with one that we were happy with. Some ideas taken off the net. The part that I probably worked on and is my own as far as I'm aware is the rear wing. So by October, most of the build was finished. It was just the finer points that we were working on, adding detail to the pits, to the grandstand, adding scaffolding over the main straight, traffic lights or starting lights. We had trees going down the main straight. And then just populating everything out. Putting our characters in and trying to tell some stories. Stories! And that's the finished build. Well, finished for now at least. We might add some more things perhaps, but we've already seen the video. Here's the photos to go with it. And it's all done. Okay, so the car design was based on Speed Champion set 75879. That's the Ferrari that you can see there. We did modify it, however, so I'll go through some of the changes that we might be able to see. So the front wing has significant changes, more angular. This one, it comes off. Ours is fixed. We can't do that. Coming back, the modern cars have, I don't know, brake ducts, some sort of component, carbon fibre that goes around the wheels that wasn't really present on the older cars. So we've tried to include that. That design is actually one that I've seen on the internet that's been copied from someone else. Then we come down, we've got the pentagonal tile here to try and cover up some of the studs. Beyond that, we're pretty similar, although instead of using square tiles, we brought in a half circle tile to give it a bit more of an interesting pattern. Coming down, instead of just using 1x1 cheese slope, we used the 1x2 slope with grills. And as far as the car goes, the rear wing is a complete redesign. And as far as I'm concerned, that design is my own. I didn't find it on the internet. I'm sure someone's done it before, but I managed to incorporate that by just playing around with some bricks to see what I could come up with. And how authentic that actually is to the current car is debatable, but I thought it came out and was quite effective for our cars. So that's how our cars developed and how we ended up with the Formula One cars in our build. So the most recent Speed Champion set with the Mercedes has these covers for the wheels, the Pirelli wet weather covers, and we've managed to incorporate that into our build, and we're hoping that in the future we might see some red ones for soft tyres and orange for medium and white for hard tyres. So they're pretty straightforward. They just come off like so and then slot in. So pretty simple design, but really add to the car, I think. All right, so I want to show you how we got the road to be sideways bricks. So we need a plate and then one of these bricks with the studs on side. So that's just going to go like so. Now our road work in our case would be dark grey, but I'm just going to use blue for the purposes of this video. So if I start stacking these like so, I start getting a road. I'd stagger them obviously for a larger road, and this piece will help line up so that the part that's going to close it off is the right length. So you may have to use some plates. So I knew this was a technique on the internet and I could work out how to do that, but I wasn't sure how you'd finish it because I couldn't find anywhere that explained that process. So we came up with using that piece there, and it just slots in and locks it all in place, and you'd run that piece the whole way along. You have to use that particular one with the 2 holes and the 1x2s. You can't use the other ones because they won't line up, but they're pretty cheap to buy and it's easy to get lots of them. So that gives you now a road surface where the bricks, the sideways bricks, are going to form the surface of the road. There you go. So there's our road. You can see it from the edge here, and we'll be behind this plate here, or this brick here. We have the 1x2 or 1x4 bricks that have the studs on the side, on that side, and then on the other side we would have the 1x2 bricks with the 2 holes, and they'd run the entire length all the way down, and then it's just a matter of lifting everything up by a plate on top of that, and then running the 2B1 curved plates all the way along to get the edging of the road. That's how we did the road. The corner was taken from the internet, where we have alternating 45 slope bricks to get that angle. And then we got a little bit of a challenge in this area here to try and finish it off. So we couldn't quite get it perfect, but maybe with a bit more patience and trying different things we could. And then just some hinge plates to bring this part of the corner road around and just cover up all the bits that we didn't really want to see. So that's our build. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you enjoyed the build.